Everything that I came soul, got the same on my necklace, bitch.
Gold. 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 Yes, sir. You know what this song means. You know what this means. Welcome back, boys and girls. Gold. Gold. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yes, sir. Welcome back, fam. We got our favorite gold song up. Let's keep the sentiment high, the energy high. All right, let's keep it going. Lola by Lucas Got Lucky, if you guys want to know what the song is all about. It's one of our OG songs on this stream. We have been using this song in good times and in bad times. Of course, related to gold. All right. Shout out to the OGs that were here a year ago, a year and a half ago. You guys remember that one moment. That one moment, that big trade. You guys remember it very vividly. Good to see you, fam. Good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well. It's a beautiful Wednesday. We're in the midweek currently. Tomorrow is the GDP. And then Friday we have the PCE price index. Gold has been absolutely getting destroyed. Completely getting destroyed. Okay. So let's talk about gold. We have a lot of things to cover. Okay. Hope you guys are doing well. Fantastic to see you as always. Make sure you smash up that like button. And if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe. And let's get the party started. We have a couple updates as well. Okay, I will talk about that shortly. But you know, let's get the party started. Let's get the party started. Let's start out fresh with the fam. Most importantly, you guys. The fam is back. Good to see you. All right. Facts mine. My man Ronit. Shout out, by the way. Shout out to the guys in the trading floor currently killing it here, communicating with each other now. A lot of guys are stepping up. It's the first time I heard your voices, so that's actually kind of cool. It's the first time I heard more people talking in our group. We have a couple guys here now. Other guys are more comfortable, you know, more comfortable with speaking up. And, you know, becoming more vocal. So I love that. Get into the trading floor if you're in the VIP and start talking. Start talking positive, professional, and have some fun as well at the same time. You know, enjoy your life a little bit. So yeah, shout out to the fam. Fabian, my man, good to see you. Cash Party. Mr. Nomad. Rednick, yeah man. Good to see you, bro. Jeffrey D. Nebosha, since way back. Halbert, Patrick, also always here. Mike. Juan, always here. Amar. Miguel. Shout out to you, Miguel. Yes, sir. Beautiful. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, add me to the voice chat Discord. You need to be in our Discord. Number one. All right. That's it. You need to be in our Discord. Yeah, man. Cool. Always look at it. I'm always looking at the people. I'm very good at recognizing names. So if you're active in the chat, then, you know, we're going to have some fun together. Not in this way, though. No cap. Okay. Yeah, beautiful fam. Let's talk about it. Let's go a bit deeper once again. Obviously, dollar has been skyrocketing. Okay. Luciano, of course I know you, bro. Of course I've seen you. Of course I've seen you. Yes, yes. That's it. Oh yeah, by the way, couple updates, right? You guys wanted me to do the challenge. Okay. So you guys wanted me to do like a challenge or somewhat of a 1K to 10K. I said 1K is not enough. It's gonna be a little bit too low. At least let's do 10K to 100K. I think that works perfectly fine. Also with risk management, with lot sizes, all these things. I think that's the sweet spot. So we decided to create another account on top of that, right? And we just removed 10 grand of our main account. We have a copy trader now that does it automatically and it adjusts the risk. So, you know, if I risk more on the challenge account, then it doesn't mean I'm going to risk more on my main account. So that's going to be really nice. We're going to do that, 10K. I want to start with 10K and then see where we can take that in, a decent amount of time. And it also includes the London sessions though in our VIP as well. So it's not just going to be YouTube, New York, and that's it. It's also going to be the London as well here. So we did that deposit. All right, we have our account here, we have our account here, and our account here, one of our sub accounts now. And we made sure that this is settled for you guys, and it's all clean. All right, and that's all done. So that's looking good, and it's the perfect timing now. Perfect timing to get this started. Okay, so let's continue. There we go. So what happened with gold, fam? What happened with gold? Let me see if the chat is still working. There we go. I think we're good. I think we're good. What copy trader are you using? Social trader tools. At least that's how it's called. Social trader tools. What risk? I mean 4 to 5%. 4 to 5%. Okay. I think that's perfectly fine. All right. Okay. Cool. So anyways, let's talk about gold here, fam. Obviously, daily open bearish is now potentially here flipping. It's starting to look a little bit better. New York opened up and we started to push and we started to flip after a very bearish continuation, Asia, London, and of course last night. We came back once again to our levels and then it dropped, practically the whole day until New York. Right, until the pre-New York opened up here. So that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. Of course, the weekly bearish. Right, weekly is still looking bad. The monthly as well, not looking that great. Okay, the daily now potentially holding up. You know, we might even flip it. Who knows? We're going to talk about this here. But the higher time frame doesn't look that solid at this particular moment. Okay, now the 4 hour is where, you know, buyers are definitely now stepping in here. So the 4 hour looks much better. After it started to calm down practically the whole session here. Now what I want to look at is the following, okay? And that's the 1 hour time frame number one. And if you just simply use our indicator right here, okay, and you look at the limitless LTA concept session breaks, then you have the opening price and you can see how important the opening price of the week always is. If you are new to trading, I just recommend you to just at least, if you are, you know, keeping things very simple, at least draw your opening price of the week, because there is just constant reaction around these opening prices for gold. Okay, in this case it was the 23.22. We saw it at 23.33. We saw it here also at the beginning. We've seen it here. You see it practically every single week where you come back at some point, right? The cycle repeats itself. You expand from it and you tend to come back at it. Okay, and even on a Friday, man, these opening prices are always so important. So yeah, anyways, overall, what happened was yesterday, right? We were trading above it. We took that trade. We wanted to see that follow through here. We continued to come down and break the opening price. We got back up. We came back down again. We came back in it again. We came back down again. And it happened many times here. If you look on the 30-minute time frame, look how choppy yesterday's session was. Pretty wild. All right. So after that, eventually we started one more expansion and again a follow through down. And then today during Asia, it flipped it into resistance. And then after that, we saw just a complete continuation all the way back down towards the 2304. Why are we bouncing from this level? Well, there is one layer that we use and that's the volume profile. And there is one level that I think is extremely important. And if you take this to the 4 hour time frame, Okay, you kind of have this low now, and you have created this high, right? This overall expansion here to the upside, and now potentially pushing further, okay, to the downside. So what happened here was we had the lows and we had the highs. And if you look here at the value area low, we call this D. Let me know in the chat, how do we call this? That's what we're looking at currently. And this is where you actually are bouncing from, okay? Let me know how you guys can call this right here. It's the low to the high, all right? The swing value area low, exactly. So the swing value area low was hit. There we go. And we bounced from the swing value area low, okay? So we took the whole swing from practically the beginning of the month till that massive expansion down here to the 21st of June, so last week. So practically, you know, 2 full weeks of trading, roughly, roundabout. Okay, it gives you that information and you see that you bounced from that exact level. So that's kind of now our bouncing point, all right? That's a super important level to take into consideration. Now, are we now bullish? That's the question, right? Well, I would not say so. Okay, gold really has to prove us right now, you know, that we're actually gonna look for further continuation here. We really need to have a strong confirmation because the overall trend is now still very aggressively bearish. Okay, you can see it right here. We have been coming down super aggressively and we might be able to tap into that zone, all right? At some moments when you start really looking on the higher time frame, also bearish, and you have all these things in your favor, then what you can also use is the EMAs, something like that here on the 20 and the 50. This is now where you tap into, okay? Kind of uses extra confluence. It's similar to the trend line and all that stuff here. But most importantly, it's gonna be very hard to break that. It's gonna be very, very, very hard to break, in my opinion, this particular zone. And if it does break and it comes back above the Sunday open, like that's where things for me get more interesting again for longs, because then I can start thinking about, you know, that follow through, right? That actual continuation play, or at least somewhat of a move, setting up somewhat of a new trend here, you know, giving us a little bit more confirmation and confluences before looking at that continuation play instead of trying to get the bottom here, okay? Especially because we're still trading below the opening price of the week, right? So the fact that we're still trading below it is not really that beneficial. So at this particular moment, yes, the 4 hour looks fantastic and stuff, and I do like it. And you know, the 1 hour as well pushed up quite aggressively. But again, where is the follow through? Where is the follow through, right? There is no follow through for now here. So we have to be really patient to see what will happen around these key levels, particularly to see what we can do here. But there is one more thing, and that is important, I think, and that is the dollar, all right? If you look here at gold, and you look at the 1 hour time frame, and you look at the dollar, and you would invert it, okay? It looks practically, you know, very similar. It's very correlated right now negatively. It's coming down aggressively, and the same for gold. Gold is also pushing back down here. So the only thing though that I think is now very important is that what you kind of are seeing here is somewhat of a compression, all right? It looks like this. It's practically creating these these higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, but it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And at the same time, right now, you're also coming back, and this is important, you're also coming back towards the highs again, okay? So these highs right there are still definitely a layer where I could say, okay, listen, if you get rejected there, then, you know, and we start pushing down for some reason, okay? And then indeed, gold might be able to just push us through and back above that 2321 level, you know, to finally break out and look for that continuation play. But for now, we're still below it. We're still getting rejected from it. We're still trading below the opening price of the week, and the dollar is still pushing up. So for sure, it's definitely not a buy for gold unless we're getting proven to do so, in my opinion. All right. The good thing though is that if you look at the dollar, it tapped into the value area low, and you saw that reaction from it, right? Strong reaction to the downside. Okay, that was that move for gold. We had that pullback for gold here. That's where the pullback for gold came from. That initial move to the upside, all right, came from the dollar pushing down. So yes, this zone and these levels are accurate levels. So if you're going to tap into this level, yeah, you know, I have to pay very close attention, okay, towards the gold price in general. Because if price just gets rejected and it comes down and it breaks below the very low again, and you start creating a new low, then gold might make that short-term retracement, okay? But anyways, so far, we're not there yet. whatsoever. Okay, we're not there yet. And gold is still trending down. And gold is still trading below the opening price of the week. And gold is still getting rejected. And, you know, there is no significant follow through. Okay, so that bounce from that low at 23.06, we talked about this beforehand. We knew that was a key level. Of course, you react from it, but it does not mean by definition that this is just going to be the trend reversal now and that we're just going to go to the moon. So the way to play this is just by being extremely cautious and patient here before making any radical decisions in regards to buys. Okay, when it comes down to sells, yeah, we have to pay very close attention towards the hourly time frame, in my opinion, and also, of course, how this next 4-hour candle develops. In 20 minutes, this is closed, and we have news coming again. All right, in 1 hour or 1 hour and a half from now as well. So that will cause definitely an expansion. Maybe not as significant, but at least it will give us a bit more clarity. So yeah, for now, very patient with buying, but also with selling. Okay, because look at the 4-hour. The 4-hour looks pretty strong. This is the strongest 4-hour closure most likely we have seen since this week. Okay, especially if you open up here and you create a strong habit with a really nice expansion down and up, and the dollar is in that rejection point potentially, yeah, then, you know, there might be follow through. But in order to establish follow through, we really want to see that break, in my opinion, and then really just re-establish that trend reversal for me to do that, and we start looking for these safer plays right there for gold to the upside again. Okay, so that's just one layer. For now, these 2 key levels that are important are, of course, the opening price, the strength that's getting us, you know, full push down here, and you know, overall, we're still holding back a little bit more. So patience is required for longs, for sure, and for shorts, just take it to the lower time frame and wait for your confirmations. Okay. So anyways, that's the dollar. The dollar is very strong at the moment, and it not seem to stop here, but we are looking at a resistance very, very soon. So that could align very nicely with what we're seeing here for gold, but patience is definitely required. Do you think we can flip the daily candle, Dev? We could. We definitely could. We definitely could. I'm definitely looking at it, because if the dollar does get rejected here and gold continues to drive down further, and this next 4-hour candle continues to drive further up, yeah, then of course. But the question is it smart to enter and to go for longs right now, right away? That's kind of the question that we have to ask ourselves. Is it worth it? Is it worth the risk to go for longs and to potentially get into our long position here? Or is it better to just get that confirmation and wait for that potential short-term trend reversal? Can also be on the lower time frame, doesn't have to be perfect on the 1 hour, but at least, you know, that's a question that you have to ask yourself. So for now, we're still below all our main levels, and as long as we're below that, I think that caution is definitely required for both sells and buys. But at least at some point you're going to break out, and if you do break out, it's a really good confirmation though. A really, really good confirmation. Yeah. The poll didn't work yesterday. Well, it depends how you look at it, how you use that information, how you consider to use that data. We should actually do another poll later on. I think after the 4-hour closure, we should do another poll, because it is quite interesting. Yeah. Does everyone get a 50% deposit bonus? With Vantage, you mean? Yeah, if you sign up with Vantage, then I believe the first deposit up to $1,000. You know, it doesn't mean you get more money to withdraw. You know, free money doesn't exist. But what happens is that you get more margin to play with. So yeah, they add on 50%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lorenzo, yet the news are positive for the dollar. Why is gold not getting lower? What do you mean? Gold is not getting lower. Gold's dropping. Gold has been dropping significantly after that breaker. So this was the last chance for gold to hold up, to continue to drive further. After we broke below it and we closed below it and we retested it, it was just to continue to drive down during Asia and London here. So yeah, at some point you might say, okay, we might make somewhat of a move back up again. But, you know, it's also what about the consistency of buying? When is it safer to look for longs and when is it better to just, you know, wait for that invalidation point in order to get there? Well, I think the safer buys are above the opening price. If that truly happens, then you start breaking out of all your key levels. You have that 4-hour low from the swing very low, and you have a clear confirmation from the dollar that we're getting rejected from this high. So that's where I would look for buys much more than now, right? We're still trending down. We still are below the opening price of the week. We're still getting rejected, even from this EMA right now. And I'm just using it purely because the trend is so clean. You know, it's pushing back. It's pushing back already, right? So really have to, you know, wait and see how we are developing here in this next 4-hour candle, which is in like 20 minutes. What's your referral code? You don't need one if you click on the link, I believe. Yeah. But anyway, guys, you guys really wanted to have an alternative account. You know, so a sub account that we can utilize where we can, you know, do some sort of challenge with. So that's what we have done. I took some money out of that other account. I pulled it into this account. And yeah, if you guys want to work with that, then we do that. And it's kind of nice. Okay. It will not change too much for me personally. But yeah, it's easier to follow. I get it. What is this email? It's a 20 email in 1 hour. Yeah. Expecting the only thing I use on the 1 hour, 20, 50, not lower than 20. Especially on the 1 hour, right? And actually, I don't use the emails too often, unless the trend has been very clean. So for example, when Asia and London both are trending down very clean, very aggressively, then it's kind of worth it to set it in as an extra confidence, but that's it. Not trying to overcomplicate it too much. Yeah. Look at the head and shoulders on the higher time frame, you mean? Which account type you recommend? So if you are a, so this is I have two different accounts. I have a swap-free ECN account. I have a raw ECN account, but it's only if you work with more capital. If you have less than, yeah, a couple $1,000s, then I would not recommend to go for an ECN because you're gonna pay too many fees. Your fees are gonna be too high. So you should go with a standard SDP. And hedge SDP, for example, is very good. Once you get above a certain amount of liquid, I would change to an ECN account. That's what I would do. But for the others, I think an SDP is the start. The fix very low looks well for an EM1. Yeah, I think so. I think it. You know, we're looking interesting here. That's for sure. I agree. But I just want to see the 4 hour, right? How does this 4 hour develops? Because this is where a lot of buyers, I think, will step in now, because they finally see some, you know, gold coming back to life a little bit after that drop throughout the whole day. But you know, I really need to see us breaking above the opening price of the week. It's really my main level for me to consider buys. Unless we're lower, we're much lower, and we're forming up a new level to look at. But now it is the opening price of the week at 23.22. But anything, you know, below that could result into continuation plays short. So yeah, just keep a close eye on the lower time frames as well. That's what we're gonna do, because it is indeed still not 100% ready yet, right? You see this level, the POC as well. Just the 4 hour closure is coming in around 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay, explain the differences between... Yeah, so STP accounts usually work with a little bit more spread. You have hedge accounts, which allow you to hedge, of course, very easily. Like open multiple positions, which is kind of it's optimized to hold positions slightly longer than, you know, a couple hours, let's say. So it depends how long you want to hold your position sometimes. ECN accounts are way more built up around commissions. You pay much more upfront. You pay much more transaction fees when you're in position, and you know, you will compensate for that. But with a lot more liquidity, that becomes more favorable. So that's kind of the decision. Hello, are you a day trader or scalping trader? Usually I would say day trader, but at the same time, I'm also swing trading on the side. Like, I'm doing a lot of different things. Like for YouTube, for you guys, it's mainly just, you know, semi, you know, scalp day trading, right? It's kind of in between. Yeah. Whereas we keep trading at 4% risk or move back to 2.5, 3%. I don't see a reason to lower my risk. Yeah, I don't see a reason to lower my risk. No. So what are we waiting for? 4 hour closure number 1 is in 10 minutes. And then the next 4 hour development will help us with the direction here. But I'm not looking for buys until we really start breaking above the 22.22. Yeah, so far this hourly rejection is not a is definitely not good for gold still. All right, and the same thing happens around this level. It's kind of like this this level right now. This is that last fixed range. So you have that gap fill. Yeah, it might be a very quick, beautiful scalp setup after this closure, after this 4-hour candle closes. Especially if you come up first and you start breaking down. Then, you know, something like a confirmation is pretty nice. And the 4-hour itself was looking very nice, but now it's starting to pull back already. So, no, yeah, it's definitely the case here. Losing streaks happen? Yeah, 100%. Especially if you focus on one pair every day and you're committed to trade 4 days a week on one pair on one session. Then, yeah, you're gonna experience that. Because it just doesn't give you that much variance, right? For London, for example, we can choose what we want to trade. So maybe it's, you know, one day it's going to be oil, and the other day it's going to be this. It gives you a lot more room. But again, we're here to learn and, you know, to study one pair and one instrument. So that's what we're going to do. I think it's a good thing as well. I think you learn a lot more about this over time, because obviously it's not going to be forever, and at the same time you're going to see the whole picture as well. So you're going to see how we deal with it, and that does not mean that we have to look. That's, you know, means that we're not going to lower our risk. That's one layer, because it usually goes wrong when I decide to lower my risk when I should be keeping my same risk because the data is telling me to do so. And then I'm going to lower my risk, and then what? We start winning again, and then, oh, we start, you know, so it doesn't make sense. No. We just increase our risk, but with increasing our risk, I don't mean to go full bananas, all in on a single trade, okay? No, I'm talking about calculated increase of your risk after a certain amount of trades. That's practically what we are what we're looking for. Okay. Yeah, so that the bottom wick here on the 30-minute, I do like that a lot. Both of them has not. That could be a nice target. I'm looking very nice. I think this next candle, if you don't, you know, drive down too aggressively here, I think that it will be a pretty straightforward setup, to be honest. We're looking at that a low and then that high stop loss continuation to the downside. Especially because you catch the 4-hour open, and then yeah, you have kind of that wick fill as well. So let's see. Anyways, I'll start putting tighter stop losses and keep getting stopped out. We'll try bigger stop losses. Okay. And just try to understand the structure, the internal and externals, and try to play with this a bit more. But maybe it's just a coincidence. All right. But you will know if you track it. Anyways, are you still an active entrepreneur for other industries or just LTA entrepreneur only? Well, you could say I'm an investor. Okay, so I have indeed multiple businesses. At the same time, I'm just heavily invested in certain assets right now. So the true DJs know what I'm into. So you're holding support at the value low, rejection at the POC. Yeah, if you start breaking this after this 4 hour, that's what I'm maybe interested in. But we're gonna see because this is you know, it's still definitely a rejection play right now at the moment. If Luis has a losing streak on stream, that doesn't mean he didn't profit it off stream. That's something people who are not in LTA do not see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're not in the LTA VIP, yeah, you don't really see that. I agree. But yeah, obviously, one pair, one instrument, one session, of course. But trading 5 different pairs on stream is not going to work. It's not going to work for us. It's not going to work. So that's why we have a special account just for the streams and nothing else. So 4 minutes for that 4-hour closure. What do I want? I want to see the top wick for the 4-hour closure getting created and then reversing. Or sorry, coming down. Because nothing indicates to me that we're very, very strong. Dollar is still holding up very well. It's starting to slow down though. But no, man. Gold has not proven to us that, you know, we're going to just flip here. Ivan says I'm holding a buy position. Where did you buy and where is your stop loss? I'm actually quite curious. So this is your level. What do we want to see? We want to see that that continuation of the 4-hour continuing down here. Yeah, the good thing about yesterday, I was pretty happy with that, is that we were able to reduce our risk while in position. So we, of course, we had our regular risk, but we reduced it in position. That was pretty good overall. So what we're looking at now is this fixed PoC rejection and the 4-hour closure in 10 seconds. One-hour hammer, yeah, 1-hour hammer indeed. The 4-hour closing, moi, not that fancy. So what I want to do, I really want to see first this driving up. Same on a 1-hour. Man, it's just still weak. And so when would you start looking for buys? So the only way I would look for buys is if we really start retracing and forming somewhat of a new reversal trend. Like somewhat of a new play here. So price really has to shoot up and then start doing something like this. Right? And then just really start looking at something like a move like that. You know, before starting to look for these continuation plays. But for now, no. We're not there yet. Bro, I think you're completely against the market. Yeah, the people say that every day. So I don't know, what do you see? Do you see a buying trend? You want to buy? Let me know. I'm curious to your opinion. PUBG abusing you in stream? Never heard of him. Dollar losing strength while the Australian dollar is getting. Australian dollar CPI is very positive. So that's why you're moving up super aggressively. Yeah. I'm in a trade right now in gold. Entry 311, stop loss 34, TP 2324. So 304 is your stop. That's below the lows, right? Okay. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. Good luck. So what you tend to see a lot is that you make that impulsive move. You know, think about this, right? The impulse came from there. You're now back at it. So what I really want to see now first is some sort of a reaction into it. And if you really start to roll over, then I think it's a continuation down. If you start breaking the lows, I think it's also a continuation down. So we're really going to pay very close attention to these levels. What do you enjoy about trading gold? Gold is like my ex-girlfriend. That's your answer. Then some guys come to your stream. Other streamers come to your stream to hate on you. Oh, really? Yeah, I think that if you give somebody a little bit of attention, they're like, I'm finally heard. I'm finally, man, I finally, people talk about me. I'm finally relevant. I'm finally in this game, and I'm accepted in this industry. So that's what happens, man. They come and you give them a finger and you say, nice, man. And they take your hand and they're like, you know, they're really upset. Delete mods. Everyone says stop G, delete them all. Hide them all from our YouTube. That fucking Indian motherfucker. No offense to Indians. I love Indians. I have great Indians in my community. But that one? Man. FOREX boxing match incoming. I don't think he's even relevant, this guy. I don't even know. I went, you know, I'll tell you the story. So I was looking at a couple other streamers and people are like, okay, I'm like, you know, what are like the good guys out there, right? What are like the good guys out there? And then I went to a couple of other streamers and I gave them all credits and I was super positive. And then one guy got butthurt, apparently. I don't even know how or why. And ever since, like, he's literally jerking off in the evening. Oh, Lorenzo. And that's the end of story. That's it. There's nothing else I can say. So he can keep going humiliating himself, but it's only gonna make it worse. I don't know. It's up to him. Dollar is still holding up very well. Very strong. We need to skip what they're saying and focus on gold. Yeah, that's why we're not longing, man. No, absolutely not. No, we're definitely waiting for price to come back. and break serious structure before we start to even thinking about long selling. Yeah, no way. All right, this is good. So we're pushing further. Every single expansion here is taken out. So for people that try to buy the bottom here, it gets very messy. It gets very messy. So if you look at this candle right now, the manipulation of this candle, it's very important to see closure below this. Below the previous candle in order for us to continue here. And it's going to be a slow burn. But what I think is happening is that it creates these lower lows, lower highs. And this is just going to follow up the process here. And the dollar might be just breaking through the highs as well. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Sir, can you please explain why the 4-hour candle is so important? Well, the 4-hour is where a lot of different closures come together. It's pretty straightforward. So when the 4-hour closes, you have all these other closures aligning with the 4-hour, right? So when there are a lot of traders, trading on different time frames, what tends to happen a lot is around these specific times, a lot of more orders get executed, and that could increase the manipulation. And there's so many different layers, so many things that we could see here. Lorenzo, you need a new co-host? Yeah, man, maybe we do. Maybe we do need a new co-host in the future. Yeah, that would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. Let's see. Let's see, yeah. I think it's smart at some point. There's no manipulation here, Lorenzo? What do you mean? There is no manipulation here. Didn't the low got manipulated now? Or the previous low of the previous 4-hour candle? At least the low just got taken out right now, right? So where a lot of buyers stepped in here. You see that rollover, and now you see that that low. That low is getting taken out here. So yeah, nothing wrong with it. Yo, the dollar is pushing. And it's strong. Very strong. We have news in what, 40 minutes? All right. Up to the top G trader. He respects you a lot. He says sorry in your life for the people who are trying to create a mess here. All right. Okay. Yeah, so the fact that we can close below the swing value low is pretty remarkable. It's actually quite good. So if we start really pushing further, we just keep a very close eye on this level here. All right, I really want to see this simple continuation. Continuation plays here. All right, retracements, continuations, rollovers until we're proven otherwise. That's the only thing I'm looking for. And VIP membership is closed for right now already. I think a month. We're closed for a month. We're not opening anytime soon. Yeah, so it's just you, me, and the live streams, my friend. That's it. Nothing to sell you. Except you need to listen to my stupid jokes sometimes. That's it. That's it. That's you know, the full package. Like we said, we only want guys here that are fully committed for 1 full year. On the live streams or in the VIP, it doesn't really matter. But it's gonna come with bad jokes sometimes, like really nasty bad jokes. Not too often though. I try to you know, to keep it as tight as possible. You know, it's called self-awareness. Okay, it's knowing when to and when not to in life. Yeah, some people bought here indeed. I hope they managed to risk accordingly. Did you have some problems when you switched strategy, seeing confirmation from your previous strategy worked into the new one? No, for me personally, I did not had any problems with the change, because everything that I'm doing, you practically can implement. There's not too much contradiction. So not really. Yeah. So yeah, the only ways for buys was above here, right? Not a single one below. You can just hold this simple trend still open. Why no entry there? Well, the 4-hour closure was just around the corner. So it's just purely a timing thing. But this closure below is going to be massive. The 2290. If the 2294 and the 2290, these are like the two levels. Okay, dollar breaking through. This is big. This is huge. Dollar was also in that resistance. The fact that we're breaking through here shows that the dollar is in such strength now that we might be pushing up here. But we do have news coming in like 30 minutes. Okay. When is your next giveaway? We do one giveaway a week, so we should do it today. Why not? We can do it today. So what I want to see here, well, I want to get us practically back in towards the swing very low now. So I would love to see somewhat of a retracement into this initial zone. Because it constantly is coming back, right? It constantly, you're going to create lower lows, lower highs. You're constantly pushing back. I do believe that this low is a strong low to potentially flip and to look for that continuation flip. And I think the target will be the 2290. I think 2291 is such an important level. They already announced the numbers on factory. No. Not yet, no. No, 25, 30 minutes we have news. Would an EM1 on the 50-minute fixed PoC be ideal before price selling off? The 4-hour closure was in the way. All right, and the 4-hour closure closed right into this zone. There are so many scenarios where price, if the 4-hour closes and it closes around here, right? There's so many scenarios where price taps into this low and it creates somewhat of an expansion here instead of just breaking through here. Okay, even in a downtrend. So when you see that closure right into this low, usually not a big fan. So what I would prefer to see was a closure around there, right? A push up and then a flip for it to have at least a nice risk to reward, because the lows is what you target. In the end, we did saw that follow through, but at least that closure would have been a 4-hour candle closure right here. You wanted to see a little bit more of a higher move before pushing further. Because otherwise we would be shorting we would have been shorting right into the zone, into this low. Yeah, definitely time for a giveaway today, for sure. Yeah, let's make that happen. Should I buy here? I'll be careful buying them. No. So what I learned a lot lately over the last, like, let's say months, is that if you could just establish our trend with LTA concepts, you're gonna get an insane win rate. If you're really good at establishing that overall trend here. Now the difference is though, that sometimes these trends are kind of confusing, right? Because you have these lower and these higher time frame trends. The best way to get it is a confirmation on the higher to then take the internal structure, so the lower time frame, as your tool of reference. And that gives you like a 2 or 3 day window of opportunity where you can constantly look for the same rejections in the same levels over and over again. Oil is a great example. Oil, we had a couple really beautiful oil trades this week and last week, and that saved my portfolio by just getting an understanding of that trend and still looking at these considerable levels that we are using. So the previous daily, the previous weekly, these couple levels that you constantly are seeing there. So that's why for gold, it's just consistently looking for shorts until proven otherwise, right? So what are we looking for now? Simply waiting for my confirmations. The only confirmation I could look for is a retracement into these highs, which might be an indication of a news move. So a news move potentially up. And then the question is if that's going to be strong enough to continue up. I doubt it. I think tomorrow is going to be the bigger day. But it's very interesting that this volume comes before the news now. Right before the news in around 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do, it's going to be a longer stream. I can see it already. And news is going to come out. And we're going to anticipate on that. Where would you look for buys? Well, honestly, if the trend changes is one layer, or if you really start getting towards your lows, right? You really start pushing back in towards the lows here, you know, practically like the 92. I'm definitely going to pay very close attention to the 22, like 88, in order for us to move forward here. 87, sorry, to see from there. So what does it mean? Well, if prices continues to drive down, then what we just wait for is simply the lower low, lower high scenarios. And that's it until we're proven otherwise right now. Okay. Now the final level where I would look at is the 220 to 87. This is kind of your daily support, right? Your daily structure. So this is where you have to pay very close attention to a strong bounce here. The harder it gets here. So we practically have that last swing that could deliver us that continuation. Your USD tanking? Yes. Yeah, exactly. So we had guys in our community asking me for a Euro USD trade in London session. And they were looking for buys. And we were saying like, listen, be very careful right now. Because the opening price of the week, right? They were looking for this buy right here. Right there. You see that? Supposedly an entry model 1. We said no, an entry model 4 might be better. Based upon that break, right? That continuation break. Because the dollar is not done yet. And usually what I don't like from the dollar is if this level gets rejected from this high right here, right? Because that's what's happening. If the dollar moves up, USD moves down the other way around. So if price comes into that level and it breaks down, but it's unable to break the lows and it starts to push up again, it's usually very strong. And, you know, you might think, oh yeah, but this is an entry model 1. On the Sunday open, which is like a beautiful level to look for longs. Well, in this case, the confirmation of the dollar was like not there. So we said it's gonna most likely be an entry model 4. I'm not sure who was there. I think you're watching. But yeah, let me know if you're here. I took the entry model 4 in USD. Okay, good. Yeah, that was the trade to London. I'm gonna have to see you guys tomorrow. My battery almost dead and we have load shedding. South Africa. Bro, it's so crazy that we're in 2024 and apparently in South Africa, this is what I heard recently. I'm not South African, so I really don't know, or I didn't know this before. But apparently they just shut down your electricity. Like that's what I heard. Couple hours a day. Oh, that's mind-blowing to me. Yeah, that's actually crazy. 2024, man. Okay, it is interesting now that this 30-minute will recover. There is a chance that we're gonna get back towards the lows, towards these levels here. The overall trend is still bearish, right? But there is a chance you're gonna come up. Now the question is this gonna be strong enough to just hold off and continue to drive down? I would love to see gold coming up right now. I would prefer to see gold pushing further. I really would love to see gold pushing up and then fall back once again. Instead of getting to the daily support. Because if that's the case, then looking for short sales is going to be difficult because you're in the daily. If you start pushing up, there is definitely a chance you're going to get there. But yeah, nothing shows for me to buy here. Even though we could go up, potentially, if that makes sense. It's a 4-hour support. Yeah, you have this zone. Yeah, we are aware of this zone. But at the same time, we're also aware of any confirmations now, right? So if we push up into that swing very low, that's the first response. And we still have the 2291 as well, right? So we have a couple of us in between. But, you know, I don't think this is going to be one of them right now. We're going to find out. I mean, I just want to pay very close attention to where are the buyers going to come from? Just from that support? We have news in like 20 minutes. That's true. Sometimes 8 hours a day. No electricity. Wow, you need batteries, man. You need solar panels, man. You need solar panels. Things are expensive, by the way. I looked into it. You know how much it costs to cover this villa? A lot of money. It's freaking expensive, these things. But yeah, it's a 10-year investment. That's how you should see it. All right, we might be retracing a little bit, but it's still not that. It's still not there, right? It's still like holding very weak. People are poor in South Africa. Don't talk about solar panel power. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And that's why what makes it so sad. Seems very corrupt. If you close the doji, we buy. Not particularly. No, I think that like for now, if you look here at this this zone, we just talked about the trend being down, right? And looking for buys. Well, the only reason for buys would be if for me, the only level I could think about buys would be like the 2280, something like that, like 2290. Just that daily support. Okay, that's the only level where I would say, okay, this is where I would be interested in buying. Right? Anything around here, somewhat around here, it's very, very, very close. Right here. Okay. Something like this. This is the only level where I would potentially short-term be interested in looking for buys. If we should come down and we form somewhat of a reaction from this low, then that's definitely some level I would be looking at. But anything outside of this, I think that we still have that final level to go into. And that's another, what, 70 pips from here still, right? So it's kind of like being patient now. News is gonna come soon. And then for me personally, anything around there maybe. But no, I'm not interested in buying now, no. Not yet. Not yet. So the idea would be the best would be this, or this indeed maybe a confirmation after news. But that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a long stream. I can see it. It depends on the term, but it's a clear bearish trend. I agree. But think about that, right? So this is what we talked about. So yes, 100% I agree with you. When we're talking about bearish trends, yes, you know, this continuation play, especially after this yesterday, right? This continuation, there were definitely some really nice short opportunities throughout London, and then continuation sessions towards pre-New York in towards the lows now. This also counted beforehand when we started to trend down here. Same thing. Right? We had something very, very similar. Now, the difference is that the last time we tapped into daily support was the beginning of the month. Okay? So that daily support is a serious level. It's a serious level to take consideration. So yes, the trend is definitely bearish. It's just that if you reach that daily, you know, extent, that like last level on the higher time frame, then that's where you have to be aware. All right, give me 1 second, fam. We have news in like 15 minutes. It's gonna be very interesting. And then if price does drop below, you know, the 22.90 and it comes to the 22.1988, then, you know, all of this move, so the complete move down here, might come to an end, but we'll see. Because we still have 2 major news events tomorrow. No, tomorrow we have the GDP and on Friday we have the PCE. And what tends to happen a lot when you really break out of these major shifts, these major structures, that tends to happen. You need a bigger catalyst. You need a bigger catalyst for that. It's going to be the NFP next week, maybe. It's going to be the PCE, maybe. Right? But the question is today that day? I doubt that. I doubt it. At least that's not the game I want to play here. So that's why if you get there, you know, I'm just going to be extremely aware. And this was by far the most aggressive move we've seen as well, right? So that's also telling me something. The fact that this move was the most aggressive, especially after that initial move down. They're really trying to you know, push it to the limit in regards to sales. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why it's interesting though. So I'll be right back. All right, let's see this. After the news. Based upon your analysis, and we're gonna do a poll in a second here. Based upon your analysis, who thinks you're gonna hold daily support? Who thinks you're gonna break below it and continue the trend? On your analysis, right? The correct answer, you don't know until it happens, right? Your confirmation should know. And I'll tell you what I'm looking for. Yesterday, 80% was wrong. Yesterday, so I want to do these things again. I want to see it in the chat. Yesterday we did it. Let's go. Only vote if you have done your proper work. Okay? If you have done your analysis here. Usually majority is wrong, so reverse the poll result. I would not always say that. I would not bet against that always. Because retail is not always wrong. Just say no. Why this level? It's the, sorry, to perfectionize it, it's the 2290. 2290.893 on 01 now. Okay. Yeah, news soon. 8 minutes left. If we come here, we shoot up here, okay, or we shoot even up further, then it becomes very interesting around these highs to decide, okay, is this worth it to look for that continuation play down? If we start coming down here and we start looking for continuation shorts, this is where it gets very tricky in my opinion. Very tricky to look for continuation shorts here, especially because we're talking about serious daily levels, right? At the extent of the big range. So yes, I will be totally in for that. But shorting right below this level, I think becomes very tricky. So if price gets there and nothing happens, right? Then I'm for sure more into buys than sells here. But if price does come up and it shows weakness and it's not following through again, like the same thing that we have seen over and over again, then it's pretty straightforward play. Is there a chance we're gonna bounce from here? Potentially. Potentially, right? It could be that we're just following up and then we're trying to break, come back into the range and react from that again. Let's see, we have 450 votes, 53% says hold above, 47 says break below. It's like 50-50. Very unusual. It's very unusual. So anyways, 5 minutes for the news. The new home sales are going to be important. Patience, I agree. Yeah. For sure. Because you're in the center now, you're in the middle of the range. If price moves down, one layer. And if price moves up, another layer. It's really got to do with, you know, with the ends of this range right now. So we have this zone and we have this zone. This is where opportunities will come. So let's say this is on, this is one, and then we have this one. And then of course we have this bigger range play. I need to look at our exact levels there, but it's something like this. Let's take a look at the fractals between 20th of November and the 14th of February. One break of the lowest, then bottom to continue up. Yes, 20th of November till the 14th of February. Let's do it, Mula, my G. Right here, right? 20 November, sorry. Aha, okay, this range. Yeah, okay. Yeah, similar to this. Yeah, I see what you mean. And then whoop, we had this low as well. You know what happened here? The supply and demand data came out right there, my friend Mula. We're gonna talk about this later. But yeah. According to gold futures contracts, 2300 buyers, volume strong. Yeah, a lot of guys were playing the 2300 buy game. But we're trading below it right now. At least on spot. I'm not sure what the futures price is. $23.07, okay. You don't see this that often. It's kind of interesting. 670 votes and 49 to 51%. So that's your retail sentiment, ladies and gentlemen. If you use this as information, there you have it. Okay, 1 minute left for the news. I'm actually curious to see what happens with my FX book as well here. Let's check it out. Let's first watch the news here. Seconds left. Okay. The thing about it is the dollar closed above it though. Alright, so the news is negative for the dollar. It did close above it. A retracement back. This could be an impulse. This could be an impulse for gold in the short term. We'll see. But let's see what the sentiment is saying here. It is 51% against 49. Bro, that's insane. It's the exact same as you guys. So the sentiment of my FX book is identical. Identical to the my FX book sentiment as well. Where do you find that? You can look at the MyFX book slash sentiment community slash outlook. Okay, it's practically how does it work? Well, MyFX book has a lot of brokers connected to their accounts, and they extract the data, and with that data you can see exactly what the sentiment is of, or not just the sentiment, what retail traders are holding. Are they holding more shorts? Are they holding more longs? Right? So right now we have around 8,700 lots long and against 8,000 short against 8,240 lots short long. A total of around 55,000 positions. So it's serious stuff. Guys, what are you waiting for? Well, we have 3 zones, 1, 2, and 3. If we get into the middle, this is like your tricky zone. These are kind of your extended zones. This is where you find the best opportunities. This is more impulsive confirmation. So you really need a good confirmation here. But either we're gonna come here, we're gonna come here, or we're gonna come here. We're gonna see. Well, that's the spectrum I'm looking at. What's that rap song you play? It's called Pressure. It's called Pressure by Anyway, check out the Spotify playlist. You'll find it in there. We have our own playlist right now. We're adding new trades every time. Or new trades, new songs every time. Are you using ProTrader or Vantage? I use Vantage. Vantage has its own app, its own application. Lorenzo, really cool that you're doing a challenge. Yeah, we're doing our own private challenge. We're not doing a prop firm challenge. We're doing our own private challenge. You guys wanted it to see. So we took money out of our main account indeed. And we put it into a new account. And yeah, man. Let's see what we can do. It will not change. Not too much will change for you. We just use a copy trader now. So let's just do it this way. All right, roll over. Still not strong, fam, right? Not buy worthy. How about a PAMM account? I've been asking that question so many times. PAMM accounts with Vantage as well, right? Vantage. Yeah, I need to contact them maybe. I was thinking about it at some point later on. If I would do a PAMM account, I would do something like much more swing orientated. Some of them, you know, it will make people very lazy. You know what I mean? But swing, there are a lot of beautiful things you can do on the higher time frames with PAMM accounts. So, you know. What is a PAMM account? It's practically a copy trader on the same broker. So you have like your main account. You can use your money, you can remove your money, you can withdraw your money. It's all the same thing, but it's connected to, let's say, my account, and then it trades. When I take a trade, it automatically copies it to your account. That's a PAMM account. And then you can decide like what your profit split is gonna be. So you can then make a decision, or at least the owner can make a decision, and then you can agree to do so. But if that would be the case, I would have been doing it only on the higher time frame. Because you're dealing with other people's money, number one. And there are a lot of beautiful things you can do on the higher time frame. So, you know, that doesn't really work for small accounts. That doesn't really, it's not going to make a difference. So it's also not really interesting, you know, to do this with smaller accounts with a lot of people on, you know, on the lower time frames. We should swing on YouTube more. Yeah, the thing is, so you have to understand that what we do on the live streams, right? Even though we have been doing very well, this whole year we've been crushing it. Just, you know, this month has been a little bit less than usual, which is also kind of normal. But you're still quite limited, okay? You're quite limited, but because we're not looking at other instruments, we're not picking the right charts. No, we're looking at the gold chart, no matter how gold is. You know, if it's in consolidation phases where it's choppy, boring, we're still looking at gold, right? If you get the opportunity to just look at everything and have like a full breakdown and a spectrum, and you can zoom out and be more patient, and you don't have to take a trade every week, man, the difference that's gonna make is incredible. So that's why I'm also swing trading, of course, on the side, right? Because that's where the magic comes from. It's the combination of both, and it's like multiple portfolios, swing, scalp, and then one for these sessions like what we're doing on YouTube. What if it doesn't reach the support area? Well, I think 2291 is reached. It's definitely possible. You could buy your own PAMM setup if you're ready. I'm willing to put my money, also raise money from a client. We can work on a 60-40. It works for a small account also. Really? I don't think it will work for smaller accounts, but yeah. No, but Vantage is the perfect broker for PAMM, for sure. There's no doubt about that. So who knows what we can do in the future. My goal in the future is, with you guys, I've said it, I want to do a certain amount of trades on YouTube, live on stream. It's an amazing journey. Pure day trading. Okay? Anything outside of what I do on YouTube or outside of YouTube or in our community, that's all separated from this stream, what we're doing here on YouTube. This is what I want to do. Day trading, right? I want to get to at least a certain amount of trades. We're now at like 450, something like that, right? Over the last, whatever, year and a half. So, want a certain amount of trades, and then after that, I might retire. And I'm gonna focus fully on, you know, the higher time frames, swing trading. I'm gonna travel more. I'm not gonna be as restricted to right now as, you know, at the moment I have to be here for the streams. You know, I can do a lot more stuff, but that's still far away. I'm still not done yet. I have a mission, and my mission is to inspire and to create an army of guys that are following the same system, innovate, make the system better than it is right now, create an army, do my job correctly, and then step away and then go to more swing trading, more higher time frame, bigger positions. You know, we're talking 6-figure positions, right? These type of positions, serious positions in the markets, and then just do a PAMM account or something like that. So manage capital, start a fund, whatever the case may be. But at least then you have the day trading track records of me for years. Years of streaming. What else? What else? And of course, it doesn't always reflect exactly what we do outside of the streams, but it gives you an impression, right? And it gives me enough time to build an army. So that's the future. That's the future vision, right? And you know, the best thing to do in the future is to create an army of good traders. And if we can create an army of good traders, then that means that we can initially later on start something interesting, start a separated business, start a brand, start a fund, and use the best traders from our academy and connect them to capital. Multiple strategies, not just one, right? You want to diversify your risk, swing, day trading, scalping, multiple different ways, an accumulation of knowledge. And usually a PAMM is the best way to do it, to start with, because it's kind of easier with regulations at the beginning. So yeah, that's the vision, fam. It's a long-term vision. Okay, we're hovering around this zone now. Yeah, question is, are we going to come back? Are we going to mitigate the daily support on the bigger scale, the bigger range? Or are we going to push back into our swing value low? How many years you think is the goal to make the vision happen? I think for streaming, for sure, we're going to be here one more year. What would you prefer? With price right now, I would prefer to come up first. I would prefer to come up either here or either to the highs and see what we can do from there. There or there. Instead of coming down and then looking for a bounce. So it doesn't really matter, but I would prefer to come up. Some people are doing really good, but it's not easy to be consistent. On the higher time, I think it's pretty easy to be consistent, especially on the higher time frame. And you know, with swing trading, it's kind of like that. We call that the set and forget approach. So much more fundamentals come into play as well and play a big part. Yeah, this might continue. We'll see. Sense says I could have made 130 today, but I lost some trades and I'm up 40 for the day. What's your psychological advice for this? Bro, I could have bought Bitcoin. I'll tell you a good story. I could have bought Bitcoin in 2011 when I was 18 years old. When my friend talked about it, when I had like first exposure to Bitcoin. I mean, you could have, you would have, you should have, right? But in the end, it's irrelevant. You have to look one step ahead, my friend. Let's move forward together. One step ahead. And you're still up $40, right? There we go. Congrats. Keep it up. Close the day. Come back tomorrow. Any selling according to current conditions? Yeah, well, there is a chance you're going to come back down right now to the daily support, right? When was your last trade? My last trade was yesterday, at least from the streams. I had one trade in London. It was a NASDAQ trade. But no, what are we waiting for? I'm waiting for price to get into our zones. Any of these 3 zones is what I'm waiting for. Anyways, just posted a GJ trade ID in the traders chat. Can you help me out with this one? Absolutely. You guys can definitely do that in general. You know, just reach out to me, post your setups, and we can go over it on a day-to-day basis. Let me see what you wanted to see here. Whoa. Okay, yeah, the monthly very low. I would wait for a reaction there, man. Because the yen is still, I don't think, really, really strong. It's completely getting destroyed. So we have no confirmation yet. We look at very strong here. So who's trading only gold here? Who's trading only gold and nothing else? Just gold. Day in, day out. Doesn't look at other pairs. You are just a gold trader. Okay, shit, that's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah, so, okay. Wow, I actually didn't expect that. I expected guys to be, you know, a little bit more. Yeah, so if you are in our VIP, like we do absolutely trade multiple pairs. It just gives you the understanding of you know, when to trade it and when not to trade it. When to stay out of it, and gives you the room to find the best potential setups in the market. Now, it's not always good to be focused on a lot of different pairs. It can also be very distracting and you end up with nothing. I completely get it. But there are scenarios where you could say, you know what? Maybe it's smart to at least get the NASDAQ involved. Or maybe it's smart to just, you know, get 3 different instruments involved. Get familiar with all of them, at least on the side. You don't have to risk. You can demo trade it if you want to, but at least you are aware of it. And you learn the behavior of the other ones as well. Because it's gonna give you room. It's gonna give you room to decide, you know what? Maybe this is not now the moment to trade it. Maybe I'm not forcing myself here. Maybe I'm gonna just look at this pair. Maybe this one is a little bit better. And I'm not saying that you should focus on 100 different instruments, but create a small watch list. I don't see that as a bad idea. It might help you, actually. For me, the few pairs on my watch list, the better. I agree. So if you pick the best 2 or 3, I think it's gonna help you. So what a lot of guys do that I know, they trade gold, they trade GJ, and they trade the NASDAQ. So you have one Forex pair. It doesn't have to be GJ, by the way. It can also be the dollar yen. It can also be GU, whatever, right? One Forex pair, one indice, and one commodity. Don't be like me, trading everything and anything. At least not at the beginning. If you're just starting out. Still slow, fam, but we're pushing. We're flipping bearish. Today I lost $2,000. What do you suggest? Yeah, it depends on your risk, bro. So how much money did you risk? Was this like a significant amount of money after you risked more than you wanted to? Accept, move on. Don't make the same mistake again if you feel it was a mistake. It sounds easy, but maybe use this pain, this depression that you said you're feeling, to change something. I do the same thing. The older I tend to get now, the more I learn from mistakes. Unfortunately. I'm not like a kid anymore, right? That I can just be a sponge and avoid mistakes. No. At this moment in life, I like to make mistakes still. And learn from them. Because that's the only way I become a better human being. A better individual. learning from my mistakes and not be a little baby and accept it and move on. That's why I'm so happy with you guys. You guys are fully committed with us in the community here. We said, okay, 1 full year, right? And we only have been like releasing like, I don't know how long ago now. And it's all great and fun seeing all these results coming in. But what's the best still for me is the messages I get from you guys. The positive messages about how you recreated your vision and how you step up your game and take responsibility in your life. That's all that matters. We can always blame people for other things and we can hide behind that and always be victim, or we accept, we move on, and we evolve. And I get it, man. I get it. I've seen it before, right? It could be that your wife is annoying. you have an annoying wife, right? Not believing your vision. You see the vision, but she doesn't get it. It's a tough situation. The only way to show her that you're on the right track is by, you know, moving forward. Some people want to see results. I get it. I completely get it. It's not your wife's fault, that's for sure. I can guarantee you that. It's not her fault. I was angry. Abdullah says, I was angry. I was arguing with my bro. Then I took a trade like I could change anything and I didn't manage risk. But now I know I never trade when I'm angry. Never trade when you're angry. Never trade when you're tired. Never trade when you're hangover. It's treated like a professional sport. Never trade when you're high. Fuck no, never trade when you're high. That's the most stupidest thing you can do. And it's so easy, right? Because you're chilling behind your computer and it's like you're waiting and you're chilling and trust me, you're not who you think you are. You're not who you think you are when you make decisions like that. If you want to smoke, if you say, okay, I smoke, whatever, okay, cool. I'm up nothing against that, all right? Up to decide. But reward yourself with it, all right? Reward yourself with it if that's the way to do it. If that's what you want to do. But deserve it first. Do you smoke weed? No. No. I do not recommend that to do that here in Bali anyways. If you know what I mean. It's the worst place to ever be and do something like that. The worst place. Bye-bye. Bye-bye for 10 years minimum. Minimum 10 years. And I'm humble, right? And that's an understatement. Masanu Maven says, think of trading like you're driving a car. You need all your brain cells to calculate the next move. Yeah, exactly. Now, the thing about smoking is this. You think that you're chill and relaxed and stuff. But in essence, your whole brain goes like absolutely nuts. All right? Your dopamine levels, everything goes through the roof. And you start making decisions that you usually would probably not take. It becomes much harder to control yourself. That's what I believe. But I get it, man. You're stressed. You want to chill. You want to chill the fuck out. I mean, I get that. But yeah. $50-minute time frame. Yeah, so you see that rollover right now, indeed. Yeah, this is for me the place to be. This is where I'm looking for. So it's coming down, hopefully. Potentially, we're now creating that new lower time frame setup, or that trend right here. Right? We might turn this into somewhat of consolidation before. And we have been hovering around it for a while now. Okay. So it's kind of like, what's gonna happen there? That's the question. Daniel Smith says, I'm prescribed, so it's different, but I'm fully functioning stoner, if you want to look at it that way. Yeah, well, I come from the Netherlands, you know, so you know, it's funny. Every foreigner thinks that every Dutch person smokes weed. That's definitely not the case. That's definitely not the case. What's the correlation of the US30? Look at volatility index. Louis, don't you think that gold after 11 p.m. New York dies? That's not always the case, no. So we're literally flattening out now. So that's usually a good sign. If you still have some follow through at least. All right, NASDAQ came below. Okay. Who do you think is going to win the Euros? I don't know, man. I'm not a big football guy. So, I mean, I don't know. Who do you think is gonna win? I watched the Netherlands yesterday. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So they're not gonna win. That's for sure. It's like Portugal, France, Germany. Germany, I heard this has a chance of scaling it. What's your impression of this consolidation? Super weird wicks. Well, usually what I want to see here is just simply that breakout. So you consolidate here. Then usually I believe that first move is the fake move. So if you start coming down and you get here and you form somewhat entry models, then, you know, I'm willing to potentially look for longs. So I would love to see price getting there and then showing us some confirmation. But of course, the breakout itself needs to be with some volume. It cannot just be slowly, steadily. It needs to show us at least somewhat of a strong move. So you consolidate here, you create the move. Could be the fake move and you start moving up. It can also be the other way around, right? It can also be that you shoot up and that you retrace back into it. So I'm gonna give it like what, at least like 15-20 minutes to see if you can move out of it, especially our hourly closure. the next hourly candle develops. Then we're gonna do our giveaway in the meantime. So as do you always trade possible reversals? Only at you know, at where if I really see the potential or reclaim, yeah. But not always. It depends. But in this case, the daily support, we're talking about the daily time frame now. We're talking about a strong daily level. Do you think gold has resistance at 2300? Maybe a little bit. Well, apparently yes. You can see it already. Right now at the moment. Gold is actually not breaking above. So it's just accumulating orders. And at some point it's gonna expand. It's gonna make a bigger move. And then we decide, is it worth it into one of our levels to take a trade from? That's practically it. Lorenzo, oil is a pain in the ass. In the long term, actually, I'm extremely bullish on oil, actually. Maybe a pullback to like the $80, okay. But like, I'm staying pretty bullish on oil. Has the news affected your analysis? Well, it's a combination of both, right? So the dollar now is indeed slowing down, which is kind of a good thing to see here. Dollar is slowing down. Gold is reacting to that. Now, the only thing that I want to see is that last squeeze. And then I'm definitely looking more into longs again. No, anything here, no longs, no longs. This is now the first level where I would say, okay, yes. This one, or we have to get back all the way above the 23.22. That's the only two places where I would look for buys. Anything else, I think sellers are just in control. So this one, you know, if we truly eventually start breaking out, then this is where I could say, okay, we're now establishing a new trend. This might be the trend reversal. We might be looking for a pullback. Then this is what you want to target, of course, the highs right here. Yeah, for the people in our group, you're gonna get a fundamental report of gold at the beginning of July. So the first 2 days of July, maybe next week, Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, you will get a full report, a fundamental report for gold. And it's gonna be a lot of information, a lot of data that you can use. Might be interesting for you. Lorenz, what's your plan with the new account? Well, this is for you guys, right? You guys wanted this new account. That's why we're using another account, and we withdrew some money from our main account. We have used a copy trader to connect the accounts together. So I can risk much more on this account without any problems, right? If we're doing somewhat of a challenge, then it makes sense. And it will not affect my main account. So the risk will still be fixed on my main account. Whereas on this, I can go as big as I want without affecting it for you. So that's why we, created it this way. So yeah, we can do whatever we want here. We can risk, certain amounts. We can be much more aggressive. Wow, look at this. Especially on the 10-minute term. Which entry model is more aggressive than EM1? EM4? Lorenzo, I signed up to Vantage. How do I get my deposit bonus? You just need to, I think, verify yourself. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. I assume so. Which should not take that long. They're very, very fast with your account creation and your validation. And then you just place a deposit. You can deposit also in crypto if you use crypto. I only use crypto, by the way. I only deposit and I only withdraw in crypto, but you can do bank accounts, bank transfers, whatever you want. They're all regulated. So what are you waiting for? Well, number one, the hourly closure now is coming in like 7 minutes. I hope this will give us some volume. And then I want to see us potentially breaking out of this initial range. Either come down and move back up. That's the only way I would look for longs. I'm not looking into shorts. If you get a confirmation. The beautiful thing is you have a nice amount of support here. And stop loss will not be that big. Not too crazy. If you move up, right, then this high is the most important high. The question is how much volume do we have to really put in the effort to push up here. And what kind of confirmation we're going to see there, right? That's the question. What is going on with the yen? I have no idea, bro. What's going on with the yen? Is the yen coming up? No. It's still weak. It will stay weak. Anything against the yen is just it's just buy. Waiting for the right buys. That's it. The right buy was here. Euro yen, for example, very clean, right? Tapped into it, created a higher low, tapped into the Sunday open again, expansion today. Right? Very clean. Australian dollar was super strong, did the same thing. However, Australian dollar went absolutely crazy during the CPI, so you want to avoid that sometimes as well. Yeah, man. So 1 hour closure is coming along here. I think after the 1 hour closure, we do our giveaway. I think it's time to give away one more access to our group. We have been closed for 4 weeks. We're not going to open anytime soon. So yeah, this might be a nice opportunity to trade with us live in the trading floor in London session. If that's suitable for you. We keep it very chill, very laid back in the London session, but we have a couple guys here. We're discussing setups, we're talking. It's a really nice environment. And London has been doing very well lately, by the way. London has been absolutely killing it. It's always seasonal though, right? Sometimes London is great, and then sometimes New York is fantastic. Sometimes it's the other way around, and it goes in phases. Are you an SMC or price action trader? I would say price action trader. Do you have a team of traders who created LTA with, or just yourself? Yeah, at the beginning, just myself. But now we're of course stepping up our game. Now we have much more guys that know about it and that are helping us out here, right? So yeah, that's how you create an army. First, it was just testing. Like, I knew it works, right, in the right environments. But now there's so much proof that it's just yeah, for people that are now coming and joining, there are a lot of guys out there that know exactly what they're doing already. So it's not just me anymore. How do we pay for the VIP? You don't have to, because we're closed. We don't have any date yet for reopening. So just the live streams, my friend. Download the ebook. And yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway though. So we're gonna potentially give free access today. Okay. Could you explain how it feels knowing you have helped people with the knowledge of trading that has helped their lives? But honestly, it's for me the best feeling ever. And I'm still not completely feel that I'm there yet. I still think that we have a long way to go. But if it keeps going like this, then if this is in like 2 years, then I don't know. I have no idea what will happen in the next 2 years from now. In 2 years from now, I have no idea. So yeah, it's exciting times, man. Exciting times. Okay, Ali canal is closed, so you really want to see some volume coming in here. Okay, there is some volume. That's good. More than I thought. So let's see if it actually follows through. Yeah, because we moved so aggressively away from that initial zone, I didn't think if you get into the daily support, there is also a chance you're gonna deviate back into it. So deviate back from the support, coming back into it. But I'm just looking now at the volume. If there is no volume for the next like 15 minutes, then you know, it might be just completely dead for a long time. So I'm gonna set up the giveaway, fam. I want some more guys from you guys from the live streams in joining our London sessions as well. If you want to know what we're talking about, we have the trading floor. All right, we're usually packed. We're making sure that there are guys here in our community that are always hosting it. So it's gonna be like, especially around London, it's really nice to be there. Because you can wake up, you can join, you can listen, and we're already working. We're already working. So that's what you join. Of course, our group, our course, everything that we have built up. Our reopening, I don't think we're going to open anytime soon. Really want to work with the people that are currently in. But, you know, to give away some access sometimes, why not, right? Let's do it. All right, cool. Just press W, fam. W for the VIP. And just get in, and then we do it. We just give away here. All right. I think price is not gonna move. It's like, if it had to move, it had to be the hourly closure. But I'm gonna give you my breakdown still, because there are definitely a couple of scenarios I'm looking for. But let's do it. So what are you getting? Let me open it up. Let me open it up. You can win access to our, of course, London sessions, which is by far the most enjoyable. And it's not just me. It's a couple other guys that come and are there actively trading. We're really trying to promote it now a little bit more. Okay, not too much, not too crazy. Okay, we want to still make sure that people are putting in the work and not getting too lazy. Okay, I have to say this as well. But for the rest, we have everything, all right? It's the full concept. The videos are getting released on a weekly basis. The entry models as well are included in there. You're gonna get a fundamental report. This fundamental report is coming out every first of the month. It's a full fundamental breakdown of gold based upon all the data, the current statistics, everything. So you're gonna receive that report once a month because you're in our group. Okay, and yeah, man. Be fully committed to us for a year. You're gonna see gold going through major market trends. You're gonna see not just gold but other instruments as well. If you are a fan of other instruments, you trade more than just gold, then you're gonna find a lot more opportunities. A lot more opportunities than just New York gold. Because when gold is not there and it's not showing us the right setups, right? And it doesn't mean we don't trade all day long, right? We take trades every day. So that's what you can win. Right, at least get access to that. And I would love to see you in our London session tomorrow. That would be the best if you would join. That would be the best. This is only for the people who are not in yet, by the way, okay? Only for the guys who are not in yet. All right, cool. Let's do it. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Ah, let's go, fam. Oh, shit, I forgot it. Here we go. Mr. Santiago Rivas. Sorry. Santiago Rivas. Or Rivas. Yo, congratulations, G. Open a customer support ticket. Let me see if I can find you. Let me see if I can find you. Where are you, man? Where are you? Yes. Okay. Awesome. Open a customer support ticket in our Discord. I found it. I got you. And yeah, man, keep it up. Okay? Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Shall we do one more? Shall we do one more, G's? Shall we do one more? Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. Mr. Free liquidity. Free liquidity. Yeah, my man, Mr. Free Liquidity. Are you here? Let's go. Okay, let's go. That's nice. Let's go. Okay, okay. I like that. I like that energy. I like that energy. I like that energy. Good. That's what I want. That's what I want. Free liquidity, my man. Okay. Yeah, beautiful, man. Same thing. I found you, man. Same thing for you. Open a customer ticket in our Discord and we'll get it sorted. All right. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, awesome, G. And gold is moving a bit. Okay, this is fun. This is fun. All right. So welcome to the fam. Yeah, man. For the rest, we're going to do this once a week. Okay. 1 or 2 a week. And what we're going to open, we have no date. We have no date yet. We just want to focus on the live streams again. Mainly. And focus on the people who are currently in. And then, yeah, man. Take things to the next level from there. All right. So 10 minutes into this hourly, price started to move. How strong is the question though? At least there's some movement. Otherwise I would have, you know, stopped the stream right now. But there is at least something. Marcus says I started combining LTA with using for value gaps and market structure. It works so good. All right, nice. That's another way of using it. I see a lot of guys having a lot of success with it, with trend lines. Trend lines, just to get a hold of the trends. EMA sometimes as well. But just the understanding of structure, that's it. Just the understanding of structure. It's just not strong enough. It's pushing, but it's just not there. This might just be consolidation. That's it. For a while. Yeah, dollar is on the hunt again, yeah? The dollar is recovering. It doesn't really care. Cheers to LTA concepts. NASDAQ just had a clean EM1 to the downside. Yes. Yes, I agree. Finally making somewhat of recovery here. Would you buy here? I would not buy here. No. No. I will buy potentially here. I would buy lower. One more move down. I would buy. I would at least consider buys. Like I said before, I'm only interested in buys either from there, the daily support, really taking it all the way out, zooming out, coming actually to the bottom of that range or above the opening price of the week. That's practically it. Anything in between, I don't trust it. It can still roll over, it can still move down, it can still create lower highs followed by lower lows. I still think that the trend is still overall very bearish. So in order for me to truly say, okay, I'm gonna start buying, it's gonna be either in daily support or it's gonna be, you know, above series structure breaking, you know, formulating a new trend here. All right, but the only way to do that is by reclaiming the opening price of the week. Then you can confirm your new trend. Then I can say with much more confidence that we create something like this, right? And that we can start following a new potential reversal play again, like we have done also when price came back again here, right? When it shut down and it came back up again, similar to what you see here. Okay, you've done this internally as well. So that's something that you can create, but that's when your buys are going to be much more precise, much more rewardable. Now at this particular moment, it has to only come to daily support for buys. So sells is for me the only way to go, unless you get either to that zone or you have established that trend. But yeah, man, these giveaways, just to give away access to our group. You guys like that? You guys want to do this more often? Let me know. I was thinking about once a week, especially if we're closed. Once a week, get a couple guys in, right? I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense. Yeah, so for the people that want, come to our London session tomorrow. Get in, I'll give you access right now. And I'll tomorrow come to our London session. And we talk there. Right? If you trade more than just gold, very importantly. If you trade more than just gold. I mean, we're focusing on gold for sure. But, you know, a lot of other instruments are discussed in the London session. So, yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I'm already VIP. What time do you do London session? Come around, like there's no specific time. Come pre-London. Come pre-London. You will see one of us streaming. All right, let's see. At first I was like, this might be the end of the stream. But now I'm like, okay. We're moving, which is always better than not moving. And yeah, getting towards that low. And the dollar is holding up strong, so there's head and shoulder pattern on the one daily time frame. I think the market will go down because this pattern is 80 to 70% accurate. Yeah, but the question is, if that's the case, when does it go down, right? when is it gonna come down? When is it gonna break the head and shoulders pattern? If you establish an head and shoulders pattern here, right? Is then this gonna be the day that you're gonna break it? Is it tomorrow? Is it the day after? Is it next week? Is it maybe not gonna break it? Maybe it's gonna fake out, right? But anyways, if it's a 70 to 80% chance, right? According to you, then what day, when is it gonna happen? So that's something that you cannot time. And if you start trading on the 30 minute, 50 minute, 5 minute to 1 minute, then you're gonna sit here waiting for the daily to break. Getting in shorts though, I get it. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. But the more you get into your daily support, the bigger the chance you can still trend up, that we're not there yet, that we're not going to go and break it yet. Who knows? Right? So I'm definitely willing to risk potential buys there. But until we're not around the lows here, we'll see. We'll see. But the you know, we really need to show us a new trend like we talked about, right? We really need to start really reversing, showing, and breaking out there before looking further. Top G Trader says check the DM on Instagram. I will. Sasha says, I'm so proud of me, created my strategy, then looked on your stream and find the same as mine. That's beautiful. Well done, well done, well done, well done. Sometimes no trade is better than a trade. Yeah, especially now, right? Especially not forcing anything, for sure. If you look at where we came from, especially this month, then for sure. But you should do that regardless. Lorenzo, you only trade New York or also London? So we trade everything. We trade New York and London, and we're not only trading gold. The only thing that we do on New York is we trade gold on stream. But in London, I usually look at a couple other instruments, as well as commodities, as well. So it gives you a lot more freedom, right? So if the question is, do you trade every day? I trade every day. Yeah. There is barely a day where I don't see anything. It's really rare. Douglas says, yes, I'm predicting it hits the 15-minute fair value gap as a retracement, then comes down to the daily support. Yeah, so this is kind of now what we're waiting for, right? Is this, in my opinion, swing very low. This move looks, it doesn't look weak though, right? We cannot say it looks weak, right? You kind of create a W formation and you start expanding with some serious volume. So you have to take that in consideration. But up there, easy, you would say so. In here, we're kind of in the equilibrium. So Yasin says, I'm not happy because I'm only up small profit. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Do you use the book map? Good way to see big orders. Yeah, we have been using the book map a lot more beforehand. It's not really necessary anymore for me personally, for now at least. Do you still accept new members? No, we're currently closed. So I've literally nothing to sell you now. All right, live streams. Ebook, yeah, your free ebook, important. If you want to know how we enter the market, and that's it. That's it for now. Maybe later, but for now, we realized that with a group you need to build. You need to build a connection. If you're gonna be greedy and you're doing it for just the money and you just want to make as much money as possible, promote your group every day, right? Promote your group and say and tell how good it is. But what's gonna happen is a lot of new people will join. You make a bunch of money. But you're not going to create the same level of professionalism in the chat, in the community, in the group itself. And that requires time. Requires a lot of time. Guys need training. So you can try to become a guru that sells courses and I continue to push it every day and I will make more money, sure. But it's not going to be beneficial. Because you're going to have constantly new people. You don't know who's new. You don't know who's already in it for a while. You have no organization. And it turns into a mess. So that's why. Professionalism over everything. But anyways, that's why we have the live streams, right? We have the live streams for trading and people just want to take signals and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's much deeper than that, man. It's much deeper than just trading. Are you guys to trade today? I have not seen anything yet that fits my parameters. Okay. We have been streaming practically every stream for the last whatever, how long. But yeah. Sometimes when you don't see it, yeah, maybe it will come though. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. 10 more minutes to see if it can continue to drive into our level. But you guys should know the analysis by now and what we're looking for. Rose Angela says, I think it's time. It will fall, then rise again. I'm betting on 22.79 or 22.58, 22.38. And that's seriously lower. If you would see that, you would already break out heavily out of the range. So yeah, it's the next step. If you start closing daily levels below it, the weekly levels below the support, then yeah. But for now, every push up gets immediately punished, even now. There's one thing we can check though, that's a swing here. Oh, it's the same thing. Are friends with the Tape Brothers? No. Locked in, Lorenzo Strat pulling in the same phase as he is too. Nice, it's hard to do. So congratulations. Congratulations. I would love to give you guys another beautiful joke, but I'm out of creativity today in regards to jokes. And I don't want to embarrass myself again on stream like I do every stream. I embarrass myself on a day-to-day basis. So not today. Maybe tomorrow. I think the market's going to stay very slow here. Again, what I want to see. So number one, price shoots up, right? It gives us a clear rejection at the 23.06. It's possible, okay? That's one layer. If it doesn't hold, next up is the highs, all right? I'm not going to buy anything until we are breaking above the opening price of the week, or if we get to that daily support. If we do fall back to this daily support at 22.91, then I do believe there is a chance of a potential flip here. And then the question is it worth it to get in? It depends. But for me personally, yes, based upon the daily support, a higher time frame, right, with the right confirmation, I do see potential there. Just to give it a try, because our price has been constantly dropping and moving down here. If there is a level that potentially will do it, then that's the level to do it from. The 22.91 for me personally. Anything else is just short continuations. Short continuations, okay? You don't know if you're going to get to the 50%, right? If you draw the Fibonacci from high to low, you're going to get either into this level at 23.06 and you're going to get that rejection back towards the daily support. Super legitimate, okay? If price shoots up into this bigger range and it starts to slow down, pay very close attention to this level again. But again, you should be in beforehand. If price continues to drive, boom, daily support, right? And it just completes the overall trend down. Once again, big move up, retracement, continuation down. It's pretty straightforward, fam. It's not really magic today. It's just, if price pulls back, there are many reasons for price to push down. And you can see it based upon gold and the behavior itself that it doesn't want to follow through. So when price pulls back, it loses its buying power, and it sellers take control, and they use it to just fuel the continuation play. That's all it is. So yeah, I'm looking at the 22.91, and if you do come up, yeah, then these are the two scenarios for shorts, and obviously the Sunday open is where everything, in my opinion, would change, right? If you start flipping that, or if you start coming up and you come back towards the highs, let's say the 22.17, you pull back into the swing and you break structure, hey, now we're establishing a trend. Now we're potentially moving along, and now we might be flipping and start looking for new setups based upon our volume profiles, based upon our levels, our daily levels, our swing levels, whatever the case may be. That's where confidence comes back into looking for continuation plays again. So daily support for longs or new trend. Otherwise, rollovers, continuation plays. Okay, I think the market's gonna stay very slow for now. I think we're gonna just hover around in this range. All right. So yeah, my suggestion is to wait for the level, get there, look for a rollover play. Same thing for the top range. 22.90 is where everything changes. I would not short into the 22.91. I will not do it because it's a serious level to take consideration. If you don't know what I mean, then it's this one right here. Okay, we have not seen a daily touch ever since we've seen it beginning of the month. All right, so the fact that we're back at it, we might break it, but if you really have to break it, you want to see a daily closure below it. Okay, nothing else. But again, for now, the fact that you're above it can still provide you here. So shorting into this, right at the 22.9 to look for continuation. Be careful, because from that moment onwards, I'm only looking at daily candle closures below it, because that could provide us then with a daily flip and a continuation play, right? But anything else is just as of what it is right now, looking for retracements for continuations, unless you're here and you can see if you can look for the bounce. Okay, that's it for that, fam. Tomorrow I'm gonna host a London session with the fam, and then I'm gonna be back for you guys in New York. And tomorrow is a bigger day, it's GDP, so it's gonna be very interesting to see what gold will do here. One more week, and then I think we're gonna get back to normal. We have the NFP on a Friday next week, but I think we're gonna see much more volume coming into the markets as well, and I think it will help you tremendously. So you know what levels to look for: 23.06, 23.17. If you move back down to the 23.91, then pay very close attention. Be very careful with shorting from there. All right, that's my suggestion. And then I'm gonna come back tomorrow once again. All right. Keep a close eye on it. Stay safe. Manage your risk. Don't be too aggressive. And yeah, be careful with the counter trends, the counter trades for now, unless proven otherwise. All right, G's. Next week, new giveaways to our private group. All right. Nothing to sell you right now. Let's make it happen. All right. If you want a good broker, sign up with Vantage. I recommend to do so, and who knows what we can do in the future with it. We talked about it already. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Take care. And I love you all, fam. 23.06, 23.90. See you soon. Bye.